Hello, hello, hello. Are we live? Are we going to do this in peace? I have a guest on the show today. His name is Liam. He's my son. Anyway, happy Sunday, everyone. I just felt compelled to come here and give you words of encouragement. Today is Sunday, and last night I got a call from a friend. And she told me earlier, or mid this year, she got diagnosed with blood cancer. And I was just in shock. You know, when you're like very good friend, nothing should touch them. We should just be good and okay all the time. So I felt like my heart stopped for a minute. But her spirit was so high and she was just happy. She was just telling me of all the lessons she's learned from this, and just how much she feels like she's been given a second chance to enjoy life, Then today I was at church and I took a little video clip and I posted it on my WhatsApp status, and a friend of mine saw it and texted me and was like, "Oh, can you go to this church?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, is it close to your house?" I was like, "Yes, it is." And she tells me, "Oh, I was actually in those sites last week, Nini. And I was like, "Yeah, you should visit. You should visit one of these days." And then she goes to tell me that one of our friends that we grew up with lives around here. And I was like, "Oh, really? Who is that?" And she sends me a picture and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, I remember her." And just before I texted her and say, "Oh, give me her number so we can connect," she texts me and says, "Unfortunately, this friend passed on Thursday. Just Thursday last week. Today's Sunday, just Thursday, a few days ago." I was like, "What?" And I think this friend is maybe a year younger than me, or 2 years younger, or maybe 1 year older. Anyway, she's very young. And I was like, "What? What happened?" And apparently she had I think some type of, I think, allergy to medication that formed a clot near her heart. And they took her. She went to the hospital on Wednesday, and they were going to transfer her to another hospital on Thursday, but unfortunately on Thursday she rested. And life is very fragile, my people. Life is so fragile. And today in church, our pastor, our reverend, was telling us how, we just had elections, we just had presidential elections on this past Tuesday, for those of you who are not in Kenya or who are not aware. And he said we shouldn't take it for granted that we were able to get out of our homes and willingly walk or get ourselves there. Excuse me, please. And get ourselves to the voting polls. We shouldn't take that for granted, because some people. Oh, let me leave this kid alone. Give me 1 second. Hijack. Liam, you had too much candy. Oh, Jesus. Let me put some cartoon for him so we can continue. Jesus Christ. Liam, surely. But to say that do not take it for granted that you are able to get up and walk, and go to church or go to the voting polls. It is by the grace, and we need to stay in that awareness and humble ourselves that it is not kawaida. It is not. It's not guaranteed. So when you do have this opportunity, get up and do the things that God has put in you, your desires, work on those, work on your calling, Tell people you love them, the ones that you love, visit your friends, do everything that you want to do now. And above all, give thanks and praise to God because of another day that you're able to hear. You're able to hear me. You're able to see me. Not just me, but I'm a sight for sore eyes are here. But no, honestly, deep down, I'm grateful. I am grateful today that I am alive. I am well. I feel joy in my heart. I know that I don't need anything outside of myself to feel good, to feel God. And I wish the same thing for you. For me, like I was telling someone the other day, is I know my triggers, and I know sometimes you can find yourself just feeling blue or sad. Maybe try to figure out what the cause is. And if you can't, try to figure out things that make you happy and do that. I've discovered that when I listen to Kikuyu, specifically Kikuyu gospel music, my heart is just at peace and I'm feeling happy and joyful again. And so by the time I figure out, what was bothering me, or why did I get sad, or how did I go from up to down, or from feeling happy to feeling blue, before I figure that out, I know what makes me feel great, and I go straight to it, which is my gospel songs, So with all that said, I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday. I love you guys. I miss you. And that's why I've just felt I had to come here and talk to you. So with that said, we will wait for the presidential elections, and it won't make any difference in our souls because we're at peace. We are happy and we can throw the dice, but heaven decides. Si ndio Biblia inasema? Yes. And for those of you, if you're anything like me, saa zingine unajipataga, you have a calling to do something, but then you think, there are some people who are better at it, who can do it better. No, sweetheart. Pray to God to give you the words or the strength or the wisdom or the courage to do what he has called you to do. Just like Moses. Moses told God, sasa mimi and I have a stuttering problem. You want me to go do what? And God is like, no. You take this work and I will work through you. So I surrender. And I hope you surrender in the will of God as well. And just give thanks and praise for life, for health, and the fact that you're able to praise. Kuna wengine wako jela, where you are willing, you're able to praise anywhere you feel like. You can get up and go outside and just start running and praising God. So anyway, sitaki kuanza kurumble. I love you. Naambia, our Father, you are worthy. Nguvu zako ni za ajabu na zimetosha. Happy Sunday. Goodbye, my people.